Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So in this one here, I wanted to talk about a new interview by Entertainment Weekly, and we actually learned some new details regarding The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 2, and that is that Daryl will actually be singing at some point this season. So I want to break down exactly what we learned here, because they actually kind of talk about it a little bit. It's not going to be a musical or anything like that, so don't expect something that crazy, but yeah, I want to talk about the scene here because they do actually give some context, and yeah, I want to talk about that. So before we go any further, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. We are 9 days away until the show actually returns, and I am just absolutely so excited here. I don't know why there's no final trailer. Like, I really figured that they would actually release a final trailer here for the show, because usually they do that, but maybe they'll do that a week beforehand, right? So maybe on Sunday, September 22nd, they'll actually release, I guess, the final trailer for Daryl Dixon, which will build up to the very first episode here, obviously, because it'll be the final week, and we're all going to be really excited. I mean, before we know, we're going to be watching this first episode here. And so, yeah, definitely make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get all of my Walking Dead content like that. But let's get into the article here. So I'll leave a link down below if you want to check out the article. They go into a lot more detail here, but this one excerpt here from the article actually says, The Walking Dead franchise has had some truly shocking moments over its 14-year run. Barnageddon, the cannibals of Terminus, the killing of Lizzie on the Grove, Alpha leaving 10 heads on spikes. You get the picture. However, Daryl Dixon may top all of those shockers during season 2 of the spinoff, which premieres September 29th on AMC. That's because the series is poised to surprise viewers with a truly astounding sight and sound. And that would be the sound of Norman Reedus singing. And then the article goes into a whole thing of explaining, I guess, some of the backstory and talking about the, I guess, Daryl singing and whatnot. So, yeah, definitely go and check all that out. But I just found that really interesting because, first of all, when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, there better not be a musical moment sort of thing. Because, like, I don't know what it is about musicals. Like, I sometimes am more open to it, but I don't care for musicals. And I just think if The Walking Dead ever went in a direction like that, I just wouldn't be a fan of it. Musicals, I think, kind of ruin the story for me personally. I know a lot of people are fans of them, but just for me, I'm not the biggest fan. And so when I first saw this, I was a little concerned. I was worried. I was like, wait, what's going on here? And then you read more into it, and it actually makes a little bit more sense here. And I think the scene could actually be really, honestly, really incredible. So the reason why Daryl is singing here in the show, it seems to be because the actor who plays Laurent was actually supposed to sing, I guess, a song in one of the episodes, and he was very nervous about singing, and so Norman Reedus was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sing the song with you or whatever, just to sort of help him, I guess, sing the song in the moment. And I guess the way that Norman Reedus sang, I guess, whatever song it's going to be, it actually ended up working really well, and so everyone was like, oh, let's just leave that in, kind of thing. And so we don't know what song it is, but obviously it's supposed to be a pretty big song, I'm guessing, just because the article actually talks about the fact that, I guess, in season 1 they used the song Second by U2. I know that they used a Doors song as well. I'm pretty sure it was People Are Strange. And so, I mean, yeah, obviously they use really awesome music in the show here, so that's really incredible. So I do wonder what the song's going to be here. And I mean, see, that's what I mean. When I hear that explanation for it, I'm just like, I guess that makes a lot of sense. I think that the singing scene isn't going to be Daryl singing something. It's going to be a lullaby. It's going to be something that Laurent maybe sings to himself when he's feeling, scared or this and that, or maybe he's dying or whatever, right? And so he's singing that song to himself, and so he's feeling really scared, and so Daryl sings the song, I guess, with him, or sings the song to him, or I'm not sure how it would go. I guess he'd be singing it with him. Like, I think they could pull this off here and honestly really make the scene really incredible. And I do wonder if this is going to be in the first episode, because I've seen a lot of people talking about some sort of lullaby or something that happens at some point in The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. And I know that at the Tribeca Festival, everyone was allowed to watch episode 1, and I heard a lot of talk about this lullaby, but nothing really related to Daryl specifically. So if it is Daryl singing, I don't know what song, that'd be really interesting, because no characters have really sang the song. And again, I think the context of all of it really does matter. And because he's not just like singing and like playing guitar or something like that, although there is that shot in the trailer where he is holding a guitar, I don't think it's related, obviously. I think that he is just simply singing a song. And I think that, a lot of characters and a lot of shows do things like that, where they'll sing this song, or it's a lullaby usually, and it's a really heartfelt moment. very emotional moment, and it ends up being one of the best moments of the series. And so I think that, you know, if it does work really well, this could actually be one of Daryl's best moments ever. Like, obviously not like the best moment, but I'm just saying, like, up there. It'll be in the top 10, top 20 or whatever, right? Like, it'll definitely be up there, because you do want to take the character in different places, right? And so I'm not saying that Daryl's going to be a singer now or anything like that, but just having a really emotional scene like that where, you know, Daryl is singing with Laurent, and I don't know what the song is going to be, what the context is. I don't know if Isabelle just died. You know, I think that would be honestly really absolutely incredible. I mean, could you imagine that if Isabelle actually died? Laurent is feeling scared because, I mean, she protected him the entire time. Now he doesn't know what to do, right? Like what do I do next, sort of thing. And so he's just singing, he's scared, he's crying, and Daryl is there. Obviously, he feels the loss of Isabelle as well. And so he sings with Laurent. Like, I think that could be a really crazy moment, and it'll be something that people look back on. And again, it depends on the lyrics. And that's the thing too, you know, moments like that really do become iconic for characters like Daryl. You know, like, I could just see in the future, if Daryl ever dies, people just playing that song over and over again, right? And I've seen some jokes. I saw somebody make the joke actually on the Discord saying, what if he's singing Easy Street? I mean, that would be honestly hilarious, I think, if he was actually singing Easy Street. I mean, it's the one song that he's probably heard the most in his life. It's actually hilarious that he doesn't really bring that up more often, because that was honestly a really insane moment in his life. Like, he was literally stuck in that place, I don't know how long that was, with that song constantly playing over and over and over and over again. Like, I'm sure he does not like that song at all. I'm sure he's sick of it. He hates it and doesn't even want to remember it at all. But it's just something that was honestly so insane. And actually, speaking of that, it's kind of funny that I'm talking about that, because they did release a teaser the other day where Norman Reedus was actually talking about that moment specifically for Daryl. And he said that, you know, what he actually really liked about all of that there was, I mean, first of all, he hated that outfit. He hated just that scene, or I don't remember exactly what he was saying he didn't like, but he didn't like something about whatever. And it was just like this whole thing. And Daryl was just going through all of this stuff, and he did not like it. And then all of a sudden, when Negan is like, "Who are you?" And obviously you're expecting Daryl at that point, after everything Daryl went through, to be like, "I'm Negan," and then he just says Daryl. And everyone was just obviously very happy, and it was just sort of a inspiring moment, right? Like, Daryl was just never going to be broken. Like, you could never break that character at all. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that Daryl singing here in season 2, I think, is actually something that I'm looking forward to now. And I don't know if it's going to happen in the first episode. I think a lot of the singing stuff with Daryl is probably in later episodes, because I do believe the lullaby or whatever reference, you know, people were talking about there, I think has to do more with Carol and Sophia. At least that's what I think as of right now. And I think that, I mean, I don't know what the song is going to be. Maybe it's the same song. I mean, could you imagine that if Laurent and Daryl are singing the same song that Carol is singing? Probably not. I don't think so, because I think Laurent is going to be the one that is actually singing the song, and Daryl just sort of joins. And so obviously it's a song that everyone knows. It's a very well-known song. And the article does talk about that here in terms of, you know, I guess the budget for the show and whatnot, because they're paying all the fees and whatnot to have those songs in the show. And so obviously if you're doing that, you're going to get a really popular song. And so I'm really excited to see, I guess, what song they chose here for season 2. And honestly, just in terms of the promotion and all of that, I really do think that Isabelle is going to die. Like, it is really unfortunate. You know, I really like that character, and I wish that she stayed around, you know, for, I guess, a lot longer than she's going to. I mean, maybe she doesn't die, maybe she does actually survive, but it just feels like, based off of the promotion, because they're promoting the show a lot right now, and the actor who plays Laurent, he's everywhere, right? Like, he's with Melissa McBride and Norman Reedus. Everyone else isn't really there in terms of, you know, being there at Comic-Con and all of that. So I just feel like it just means that, you know, Isabelle's likely going to die here, because Isabelle's a main character. And so if she's not there for all of that in terms of the promotion for the show, then, I mean, it just, you know what I mean? I think she's going to die, and I hope that her death scene is done well, because honestly, Isabelle is one of the show's best characters. Like, she's honestly one of the best characters The Walking Dead has had in years, like a very, very long time. And so I think killing her off this early could be a really big mistake. Yeah, I hope that she does survive, but obviously we'll have to wait and see when we watch the show. I haven't really been following season 3 filming at all, so I have no idea if any of the characters are just like hiding out somewhere, this and that. So I have no idea if any characters are actually alive in season 3, because again, I don't cover spoilers. I don't even really follow spoilers. Like, honestly, things will pop up here and there, and I think it's cool. Like, honestly, when season 3 started filming, I kind of saw a few things there, and I talked about it because obviously they were all announcing it, and The Walking Dead officially announced it and everything. But yeah, besides that, I will wait until they release a trailer for season 3. But before that, we have season 2 coming up, not this Sunday, but the Sunday after. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. So definitely post all your thoughts down below on, I guess, Daryl singing this season. Do you think that's a good idea? Are you excited to see what that scene's actually gonna be like? Because honestly, when I first heard the news, I was like, wait, what is this? And then when I looked into it a little bit more and I sort of saw the explanation for it, I was like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. I think that could honestly be a really incredible scene. So we'll have to wait and see, but those are my thoughts. So definitely post your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.